Y'all already know it's the Cowboys Cast, baby. Hey, let's go, man. There's some going on in Cowboy Nation. Tell me what y'all think, man. Tell me what y'all think. Osa, we're here to talk about Osa. Hey, it's the Cowboys Cast, baby. We're back. Let me know what y'all think. But hey, it's a Sunday night. I'm sure y'all are getting ready for bed, getting ready for work. But look, listen, man, this is the deal. This Osa thing, right? It almost seems like it's taking over the news. The Cowboys thinking about franchise tagging him. At this point, I don't know, man. I don't know what to make of it. So I want y'all's opinion on it. Make sure y'all leave it in the comments. Tell me what y'all think. But Osa, man, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know, man. I'm kind of skeptical on paying him $22 million. Do you guys pay him $22 million? I think that's the biggest question on everybody's mind is, I want to say a lot of people are divided on this topic. I want to hear y'all's thoughts. I got you on TikTok. Let me know what you think, TikTok, on this $22 million man a year. But I wanted to look up some things real quick. So I mean, according to PFF, right, he is overall graded as a 68.1, which puts him at 38 out of 219 defensive linemen. He's 78.5 pass rush grade, 11th out of 219. His run defensive grade is 116 out of 219. So he didn't do very good against the run. And that's what kind of scares me, the flash, right? He was good under pressure. I think he was third ranked defensive lineman. So that's the part that kind of scares me is the flash, right? Yeah, he's good at pass rush. And don't get me wrong, we want those kind of guys, but overall, when it comes overall, he got 68 grade on PFF. Some people kind of don't really like. I'm just kind of getting a here. So overall grade 38th out of 219. That's a it for me. All right, we got the Hoodlum 556, baby. Let's give him a round of applause. We haven't seen Hoodlum in a while, man. He's been hiding in the shadows. What's up, Hoodlum? He says, yo. We got NFC, no depth, no choice. Yeah, and that's the hard part. I think people are divided because of that, because of the depth, and we have no choice. And the same thing, NFC, same thing comes with Terrence Steele, right? I think we're in that position where we have to sign him, man. We have no choice, right? At right tackle. I think that was the same predicament. The Hoodlum says we need to trade for DK. Everybody says DK, man, and I get it. Trust me, I get all these things. Everybody wants to trade for DK. We want Cooper Kupp. We want, all these Myles Garrett. I mean, we can put Myles Garrett in the conversation too. But at this point, if we sign Osa, right? And then you also have Bland coming up as well. And then a year after that, we also have Tyrone. We have Smith. I mean, our left guard. You know what I mean? So NFC Z says it's true about the Terrence Steele thing. Yeah, we were in that same position. And look how that worked out. He didn't play very good. Don't get me wrong. Terrence Steele to me is a good run blocker, but pass blocker? Not so much. Now, maybe he had a down year. I don't know. But the problem is we keep paying these guys, right? We keep paying these hometown players Hometown, I mean by we drafted them and nothing comes to formate, like nothing happen. We don't get our money for, or I should say, we don't get our return for our money. Chris Swift says, "My boy Avi, what's up, Chris? Let's give Chris Swift a round of applause, man. I love that dude, man. He's awesome." Sam says, "I don't see Dallas doing anything next 2 to 3 years. Not looking good for us." And that's kind of what I see as well, man. I don't think it's looking good either. We got NFC says, he says front office making a trade is a long shot. It is, man. I don't understand why, like, I understand like putting that information out, like, hey, we need to trade for this guy, and I get it, but that, like, have we learned now? If it does happen, then awesome, right? But we already know what this front office wants to do. They want to pay their own players and not be splashy. That's just the way it goes. Me personally, if you're asking me, I say you extend people, you do restructure contracts, and you go to 100 million cap space, and you just sign as many people as you can, and you splurge for the 1 year, right? For the 1 year to hopefully make it to the Super Bowl and win it. That's what I would do. That's just my opinion, though. My opinion don't count. The Hoodlum says, "Who do you want at the 12th pick?" It depends on who's available. That's a hard one. It depends on who's available. Jay Fona says, "Yo, what's up, bros? Hey, what's up, man? Let's give Jay Fona a round of applause, man." So it depends on who's. I mean, we're talking who's available, Hoodlum, right? Who's available? Just say we're at 12. Ashanti Gentry's available. Malik Starks is available. Tyler Warren's available. Jalen Walker's available. Mike Green's available. Shamar Stewart's available. Armand Maboy's available. I mean, my question is Ashanti Gentry and all these other running backs, is it that far off? I don't think it is, man. That's my question. I don't think these running backs are that far off. That's why I don't know if I take Gentry and still have another running back I can take in the second round, maybe in the third. So that's where I'm at with that. Sam, yes, so true. Chris Swift says formal meeting with the Quinn Ewers. Thoughts? Man, he had a horrible throwing session. I would not sign him. Chris Swift, I'd rather wait and get my boy Archie. Everybody's talking about Archie. That is true. And Chris Swift says, and let's get Scatbo late. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know about late. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but we'll see. Let me get to the comments. NFC says, did you see the article about Cowboys talking to Tennessee about moving up number 1? I know it's not going to happen, but it's a conversation. Now, if you're going to move up to the number 1 pick, who are you selecting? That's the question. I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm starting to fall in love with Jackson Dart, man. I really like that guy. I don't know what it is about him, but it's just something about that Jackson Dart. Maybe he can sit behind Dak Prescott for a couple of years, and maybe he could be our franchise quarterback after that. I don't know. The Hoodlum says, I'm not giving Osa 21 million. Hell to the no. Hey, that's what I'm saying, but everybody's on this train about giving him 22 million, man. Jay Fona says, if Gentry is there, take him. If Gentry is gone, defensive line. I could see that. But my question is this, right? If is Gentry and the next 2 or 3 running back, is it that big of a gap? I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. The Hoodlum says, Ashawn Gentry, Tet, and Abdul Carter, they're who you picking? I'm picking Abdul Carter. If Gentry is gone, you take the D-line, then hope Hampton from UNC is there in second. Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. And that's my point is I don't think Hampton and Gentry are so far apart that you're going to miss out on that running back. Chris Swift on TikTok says, on the real hobby, call me, fly out to Wyoming and let's go see the boys against the Broncos. Hey, I'm down. I'll give that to a round of applause, man. I could see that. I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that. Peace sauce in the building. Peace sauce on TikTok. Trade back and get it running back later. I could deal with that too. I think at that point, if you're on that selection, if we're looking at it right, and yeah, Genty's there, and you have the 12th pick, and somebody wants to move up, why not move back and get another pick, and still get one of these guys, either a Mike Green, a Jalen Walker, right? Maybe offensive lineman, maybe a Walter Nolan. You get one of these defensive linemen and maybe offensive tackle. I think you're winning with another pick, in my opinion. The Holem says, if Genty not there, trade back. I'm with that too. Let's see. NFC says, let's see. Hold on real quick. I can see that for sure, though. NFC says, I like Caleb Johnson. I like Caleb Johnson, too. I don't know about 12. Jay Fonda says, apparently everything I saw from Combine said running backs are a lot closer than people originally thought. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't think you have to press to get you a Genty, in my opinion. Chris Swift on TikTok says, Debo to the Commanders are 5th. Why let it slide? We got to get active. I don't think that's such a big deal as everybody's making it out to be, though. You got to think we got Mingo for 4th, and I get it. People are like, oh, they got Debo for it. But Debo is also carrying a $17.5 million cap hit. That's a big difference. I got a question. Would you trade Micah, Bengals wide receiver, Chase? I think that's a good trade. I'm pretty sure that's a good trade. I like that trade. I think I would want more, though. I'm just saying. Jay Fonda says, Hulum, I would need more than just a 1-for-1. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think I would need a little bit more than a 1-for-1. The Hulum, would you trade Michael for Bengals wide receiver trade? Yeah. I just need a little bit more, though. The Hulum, Debo wash buckets. Calm down. Yeah, he is. That's what I'm saying. He's gotten slower, too. I don't think it's worth the 5th round pick and the $17.5 million hit that they're going to get. So that's just my opinion. Jay Fonda says, I didn't want Debo. He was out of shape and uninterested last year. He's a Debo wide receiver. Yeah. I mean, I'm saying. So this is the deal, though. This is what we came on for, right? And I want y'all's comments, and I want to see what y'all think, what we think as Cowboys Nation. Do we sign Osa? Would you sign, if you were the GM of the Dallas Cowboys, would you sign Osa to 3, 4, 5, whatever deal? It doesn't matter. Would you re-sign him, or would you let him walk and you kind of try to figure it out either in the draft or free agency? Because I'll tell you right now, when it comes to pressures, he's 3rd among all defensive linemen. But when it comes to the run stopping, he's horrible. He's horrible. And what couldn't we do is stop the run. That's what we couldn't do. So tell me your comments. Tell me what you guys think. Hey, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you press that like button. We're on TikTok, Instagram, especially on YouTube. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell notification so when we go live, you get the alert. The Hoodlum says, I would like Cooper Kupp and go get Nick Chubb for running back depth. You never go to the grocery store hungry. I don't know about Cooper Kupp. I'm iffy about that one still, right? My question to you guys is, if they do sign Osa, right? I don't know if they're doing any more trades other than that if you sign Osa. Chris Swift says, I understand that Debo may be washed and all but for a 5th. It looked what happened when we got Amari. Yeah, but I don't think Debo's that kind of player, though. That's the question. Chris says, and we need to get him back. Yeah, we'll see, man. I think Amari Cooper's still gonna be a free agent, so we'll see what happens. Jay Fonda says, if that's my option with DT, I'd rather line him up than Mozzie. I can't play Smith. Okay, so you would sign Osa then to $22 million a year for 3 to 5 years. That's what you're saying. So you're gonna pay him $22 million. I'm just saying that, and then you still got Smith. You got to here in a couple of years. You got Bland. You got to sign, and you still got to sign Micah. So Chris West says, I wouldn't sign Osa for that kind of money. That's what I'm saying, man. It's difficult. I don't know why I don't know, man. It's a tough one. Jay Fonda says, Debo Samuel is not a repeat, not Amari Cooper. He's not even close. The Hoodlum says, Debo is not a route runner. Amari Cooper is a route runner. Big difference. Yep, big difference. Soccer Mom Game 445 says, what team will Debo go? What team will Debo go? He already went to the Commanders. He was traded for a 5th round pick. So, look, I don't know, man. I'm iffy on this Osa thing. I'm don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but overall, and I get it, we don't have a defensive tackle. I understand that. But this is where the Cowboys get in trouble, right? They pay players other than Zach Martin. I don't think there's any other player they've signed that's gotten their money in return. They signed Diggs and he got hurt. We didn't even get him. We didn't get our money's worth for this past year. And what happens next year, I don't know. He's not going to play till half of the season. Chris Swift says, Myles Garrett, thoughts? I would trade for Myles Garrett 100%. Soccer Game 445, 49ers is cooked. I don't know. The Niners got 11 picks, and they got, I think, 8 in the first 150 or something like that. I might be wrong off that number, but they might have a quick, small rebuild very soon. Jay Fonda says, if you have to, what's your other option? They haven't had best track record with 3 techs. No, they haven't, right? And this is my thoughts on it, right? I've heard from the grapevine, I don't know how accurate it is, but I heard from the grapevine that Jonathan Allen would take a pay cut. I'm just saying pay cut. And I think his last year, the contract is $17 million. So if he takes a pay cut to maybe, let's say 9-10, I would take that. I would trade for Jonathan Allen, maybe a 5th or 6th round pick. Restructure his contract, pay him 8, 9, 10 million, somewhere there, and then go draft another defensive tackle. To me, that's a better option, in my opinion. Not this $22 million, and maybe not get my money's worth. The Hoodlum says, you think we trade Diggs? If so, for what? Because he's hurt player. I don't think nobody won't want him. I don't think anybody will want him because he plays for the Cowboys, and they'll probably want to wait for him to get released, in my opinion. Jay Fonda, is there any truth to moving BB to right guard to replace Martin and letting Hoffman play center? In my opinion, I think that is the better move. I think BB right guard and Hoffman playing center is a better move, in my opinion. Just basing off of how they've played. Jay Fonda says at Hulum for the right price, I definitely would. So what would y'all think about trading for Jonathan Allen, restructuring his contract, maybe adding a couple more years, maybe 2 or 3 more years at 8 and 9, $10 million range, then drafting another defensive tackle, maybe in the draft, right? So you solidify your defensive tackles there. And then, you can add some other players. Maybe maybe you could trade for a DK at that point. Now that you've saved yourself some money and you're not paying Osa $22 million, you save yourself $11 million. Now go trade for a DK Metcalf. And that's my point, is making those moves. But if you sign Osa, you're at $22 million, man. So you want to sign Osa at $22 million and still trade for DK Metcalf? Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. Sorry, game 4-4-5-1. I think Osa is going to stay probably 1 year. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Adrian Garza says, what do you think of the new head coach? Look, we talked about the new head coach. I don't even know if, like, I'm still in the shock that he's still the head coach. I'm still waiting for the new head coach to come in. That's how crazy it is. Like, I can't even fathom or grasp the fact that he's the head coach. Like, he's the head coach. I don't even know what to say, man. Like, I don't know. It's weird, but look, I am going to give him full credit. I'm going to wait. This is his first year of being a head coach. He's brought in some coaches, right, Adrian? He's brought in some coaches that are not his guys. He asked around the league and said, hey, what do you think about these guys? What do you think about, hey, I think this guy's, and he brought different people from everywhere, college, pros. So to me, I don't know, man. We'll see. I do like the offensive line coach. I do like I don't know about Dorsey, but the guy from Arizona, we will see, man. We will see. But I like the way he put his staff together for sure. The Hoodlum says, honestly, we need to trade back. Man, we need all the picks we can get in top 100. I ain't going to lie. Hey, I'm with you, Hoodlum. I'm with it. Jay Funner says, as long as it's not defensive line for Michigan, I can get on board with that. Yeah. As long as you have, I think the guy from Nolan from Ole Miss that could go later on. So, I mean, guys like that, and you get a Jonathan Allen with restructuring his contract and maybe getting a lower, per year, not 22 million, maybe at $10 million, and you're saving yourself 12 million. Now, like I said, everybody talking about this DK Metcalf and Cooper. Let's go get a DK Metcalf. Let's give up some picks and go get DK Metcalf and maybe restructure his contract and bring him in. Now we have money to do things. Can you imagine, guys, listen, can you imagine if they said, we're not going to sign Osa, we're going to let him walk, and depending on what he signs, we might get a second or third round pick for next year from him, right? Then we go and trade for Jonathan Allen, maybe a fifth round pick, restructure his contract to 2 or 3 year deal that brings him down to 10 million, maybe, right? Because he said he would take a pay cut for a winning franchise, right? Now that's there. Then we sign another defensive tackle. Maybe we get another one for free agency just to kind of fill the gap, right? And we actually draft one from the draft. Now you're solidified in that position. But you're not going out and spending a ton of money on one player, right? Now we get DK Metcalf. Now you got another weapon with CeeDee Lamb, right? Then you go get a running back in the draft, a defensive tackle. You get another wide receiver, a speedy wide receiver to help out. That leaves Cooks out of the way, right? So now what? Like, I think we're in business, man. I mean, it sounds so simple, but that could happen. If the Dallas Cowboys wanted to do that, that could happen. Those things, in my opinion. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. The Hoodlum says, I like Carmen from Oregon. I like him too. Jay Fona says, if Genty and James Pierce are both on board at 12, who are you taking? I think I'm gonna take the defensive lineman because, like everybody said, I don't think these running backs are there's such a big gap in them that I can wait in the second round and get another running back. But when it comes to defensive linemen, I think that gap is huge when you're talking about in the top 15 and in the second round. That's what I'm taking, in my opinion. Charles says, letting Osa go is bad business. He is one of the best even tackles Cowboys have had in 20 years. That I understand that. So you're going to pay him $22 million for a guy that's ranked 116th in stopping the run. But he's third in pressures. Not sacks, pressures. Think about that. Think about that. I'm just saying, Charles. I'm not saying you're wrong. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I wouldn't do it. Ramiro Zuniga says, "Can Dak throw to a speedy wide receiver?" That's another question. God, man, why do you got to bring that up, Ram? Let's give Ram a round of applause. That is true, though. That is another question. That's another segment in another day, Ram. Another day. Charles Budd said, no running back in the first. No, I agree. Yep. All right. Jay Fona says, and let's not forget, Dotto did run for 1,000 yards yesterday with solid play calling. I think he can be an every down back. Yeah, but I'm saying like I would rather go younger, in my opinion. The Hoodlum says, I'll pass on Osa and go get Allen. I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. What is wrong with Allen, man? I think he's a solid player. And the way he speaks, he wants to win, man. This guy wants to win. He's not getting any younger, but I think he's a solid player at $10 million. That's a $12 million discount, in my opinion. And you can still go get a DK Metcalf. Now you have a shot of getting a DK Metcalf to pair with CeeDee Lamb. Now you have a shot. And that's what I'm trying to say. But you want to pay Osa $22 million? All right, man. Go ahead. Eberflus' defense is very up the field, is made for Osa. I mean, so is Jonathan Allen. The only problem is Jonathan Allen, they were asking him to play at one technique with no help. He's the same player, in my opinion. He was just in a bad system. But you're going to get him for $12 million cheaper. I'm not saying that's exact, but I'm saying that's a roundabout. Even if you pay him $12 million, you're saving 10. I'm just saying. Eberflus' defense is get up the field, make play all the way. Okay, got that. Jay Fonda says, no, I agree. I'm just saying you don't have to press early in the draft for a running back. You really don't. Not in this draft. Don't get me wrong. This running back group is deep in this draft, but you absolutely have to draft one this year. Yes, 100%. Let's give Jay Fonda a round of applause for that one. He's correct. We have to draft a running back. Charles also just hit his prime. Bro, he's ranked 116th in the run. Hey, man, look, we all have our opinions. I'm not saying you're wrong, Charles. It's not what I'm saying. I just wouldn't do it, in my opinion, for $22 million. The Hoodlum says Cowboys need to get all the skilled players in the draft and use free agency on defense. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you can still get Jonathan Allen on a trade, right? You can get DK Metcalf, right? That's offense. We got offense, right? Get another defensive tackle in free agency. Get another corner in free agency. Now let's work on offense in the draft, because I think they have a lot of good skilled players in this draft, especially your running back, 100%, right? Now we can work on solidifying the offense and helping Dak and put some dynamic weapons around him, in my opinion. And you saw that. Soccer Game Mom, Cowboys might be a good team. This coach have a mentality where he's going to be amazing. I think so too. Soccer Mom says, is DK Metcalf free agent, or did Seahawks sign him with a long-term contract? No, I think he's on the trading block is the problem. At the Cowboys Cast, I think the tag is too high, $25 million. Yeah, man, I think it's actually 23.5 or something like that. But you might be right. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's just too high for that player, man. In my opinion, where $22 million, I'm not saying it's super expensive, but for somebody that can't stop the run, I can't fathom paying somebody $22 million. I just can't. The Hullum says, I think wide receiver running back will hit the ground running faster than a rookie defensive tackle. Let's give Hoodlum a damn round of applause, man. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just, look, man. Sometimes it's just that simple. It's that simple, honestly. Hoodlum says, honestly, nobody talking about it, but I will go get Nick Bolton. I wouldn't mind having Nick Bolton either. I mean, he's going to be a free agent. I don't think they're going to sign him, to be honest. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in free agency. It's going to be crazy, man. But we all know the Cowboys aren't shoppers unless they change their mind. But you know what's very interesting, and we'll probably talk about this probably tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Jerry Jones hasn't been talking very much. Have y'all noticed that? That is something that's kind of weird. Are you saying trade for Metcalf? Yeah, Ram. I'm saying don't pay Osa. I say you don't pay Osa. You maybe get a Jonathan Allen, which Jonathan Allen already said he will take a pay cut to win. He's $17 million. Give him a 2 to 3 year deal at $10 million. You save $12 million. Now you have space to go get DK Metcalf and trade for him. Maybe next year's picks. I think he's on the trading block. So that's what we're talking about, Ram. Oscar Zuniga says, make the offense stronger. That's what I'm saying. Get some young talent around Dak, man. 100%. Charles says, this defensive tackle class is special. That's what I'm trying to say. They have a lot of defensive tackles here, brother. Why are we going to sign a $22 million guy when we can go get a veteran in Jonathan Allen and then get a Nolan at the second round, third round, maybe another defensive tackle? I'm just saying, man, and maybe trade back a little bit and still get that defensive tackle, or whichever, and then get a running back second, third, maybe even fourth. I'm just saying, man, that makes too much sense. Richard Verdugo says, I didn't want to mention that I thought that Jerry wasn't talking. Hey, he's not talking. Jerry Jones is not talking right now. Maybe the last 2 years he's been saying stuff and it hasn't come to fruition. So Soccer Game Mom says, who's the best defensive player to pick and draft in Dallas Cowboys? Who's the best? Abdul Carter's pretty damn good in my opinion. He's really good. But he's gonna go probably top 5 easy, depending on these quarterbacks, right? In my opinion. Let's see who else. I'll tell you right now. Hold on. Mason Graham is pretty good. I know a lot of people probably don't like him. Will Johnson is a cornerback from Michigan. That's a good defensive player. But let's say we got a Mikael Williams from Georgia. Let's say we got a James Pierce from Tennessee. Let's say we got a Jalen Walker, a Mike Green. Like, those are some good players that we could probably get defensively, in my opinion. Richard Verdugo says he might be planning something. I don't know. He might be. You're right, man. He's been really quiet, Charles, but I would get Grant round 1. Kenneth Grant, that's a good one too. I don't know if I would take him at 12. I might, if somebody wants somebody at that point, I would probably go back and maybe get him in the 20th pick, 21st pick maybe, but not the 12th. Rich Verdugo says, I think we need D line. Yeah, I agree. Yep, I agree. So I'm just saying, maybe you fall back in the draft, pick up another third round, maybe second round. Now you have 2 second rounds or 2 thirds because we don't have a fourth. So I'm just saying, like, that could help out a lot. And you still get a defensive tackle or defensive lineman, whichever one. So I think that's the way to do it. The Hoodlum says, we need Georgia players in this team. We need dogs. Yeah. Richard says, D-line, O-line, linebacker. I think right now our biggest needs are running back, wide receiver, defensive tackle, linebacker, cornerback, and offensive line. So I think that's the way it kind of goes. But yeah, I agree. Soccer Game 445 says, I feel like Jerry Jones is quiet now. He's going to surprise us all in the NFL draft. Look, this is something that we'll have to talk about because like we said, there's rumors going around that they asked Tennessee Titans for the number 1 pick, what they had to give up. Would y'all be mad if the Cowboys drafted a quarterback? Can you imagine if that would happen? Charles says he would take Grant at 12. He has it all. I don't know about that one. Richard says, wasted the 4th round pick, man. I'm pissed about that. Yeah. What would y'all feel if Jerry Jones just out of nowhere came out and just drafted a quarterback in the 1st round and traded the 12th pick and went all the way to number 1? That would be insane. That would probably be a very big, shocking move. I think the whole NFL would go ballistic. Sorry, Game, I don't think we're going to get a quarterback. I don't think so either. But I think we'll get one maybe in the later rounds. But I don't know about the first. There's no way. We have too many needs. Hoodlum says, I think we signed a big time player, man. This year feel different. Man, I've been hiatus for a while, Hoodlum. There's a reason, man. I've been trying to get this together and trying to figure out why these Cowboys, man, are doing what they're doing. Richard says in the first round, yes, I'll be mad if they take one later on, like in the fifth, maybe not. So we'll see, man. Hey, look, we appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, tell them to follow us. I'm probably going to go live tomorrow too and see what happens with this Osa thing. Soccer Game says, I feel like we give Trey Lance a chance. He's been amazing. Man, we got him for nothing. He didn't even play. So, but like I said, I'm going to go live again tomorrow. Tell me what y'all Grant Comp is Dexter Lawrence. I could see that, man. I could see that. I don't know if he's going top 12 though. We'll see, man. We'll see what happens. I'm still gonna look at the film. I'm still looking at some players. We're probably gonna put some videos up on some players, how we feel about them. Make sure you watch, subscribe. Make sure you tell everybody to hit the like button. Make sure you tell anybody that's new, man, to follow us on YouTube. And if you're not following us, follow us on YouTube. Make sure you hit the likes button. Soccer Game Over says, have a wonderful night. God bless. Yes, everybody have a wonderful night. Hey, again, this is the Cowboys Cast, baby. We read all your comments and we get into it, right? Because we have to. Hey, TikTok, I appreciate you guys, man. 2,700 likes. Appreciate it. Hey, it's the Cowboys Cast. Like always, I always let TikTok go first. Hey, TikTok, be nice. Keep it real, TikTok. Hey, YouTube, we love you, man. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. And as always, y'all have a great Sunday night. And as always, man, stay blessed and keep it real.